Hi there, welcome to Two Birds. I'm Fiona and welcome back if you are flowing and moving with me again. Today's class is a 45-minute Vinyasa flow for your hips, and in particular we work on lengthening and strengthening the back seam of our body, our hamstrings and our glutes. It's also a new addition to the Peak Pose series of classes. And in this class, we work toward a fun variation on pyramid, humble flamingo. If you like to practice with props, I'd suggest 2 blocks and a blanket, though it's not essential. And if you enjoy the class, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you'd like to support me creating and posting each week, I'm on Patreon and all the details are in the description below. I really hope you enjoy your practice. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. And we'll start our practice together today in reclined butterfly pose, Supta Baddha Konasana. Before you recline, if you'd like some extra support and comfort in this posture, you might like to take a rolled up blanket. And as you take the soles of your feet together, place the blanket over the arches of your feet and then nestle the 2 ends of the blanket to your outer hips and thighs as you lay down. I sincerely love this variation. It really allows your hips to rest and relax into something soft, and it provides more support if your hips or back don't always feel comfortable in this shape. And as you come to rest down on your back, soles of the feet together, knees wide, take a few moments to settle. Smooth and spread the skin of your upper back. Align your spine straight, and then minimize the trough in your low back, letting it relax just by lengthening the bookends of your spine away from one another. Rest your hands on your body, and if it feels comfortable, softening the eyes closed. Begin with some long breaths out with the intention of releasing. Making some space between the week you've had so far, letting go of some of the content of your day, some of the content of your thoughts. Just exhaling fully to make space. And then as the inhale flows in, see if you can use that feeling of spaciousness to bring in some energy, some vitality. Breathe a deeper breath. And then continue like that for a few more rounds, just letting your exhales lead the way. And taking one more cycle of breath. And then blink the eyes open, let the light in toward you, closing the knees in, and if you had a blanket there, just shifting it down away from you with your feet. Let your arms rest alongside your body and walk your heels in toward your buttocks. And so you're setting your feet about hips width apart there or a little wider, and we'll start with some small, subtle movement through the spine, imitating the flow of cat and cow on our back. On your next breath in, begin to tip your tailbone down toward the mat so your low back arches away from the floor. This is your cow pose. And on your exhale, reverse. Lengthen your tailbone toward your heels. Invite the low back to flatten for cat. And go breath to movement now, arching. And exhaling, pressing your low back into the mat. One more round. And as your low back flattens into the floor this time, slowly rise into a low bridge, raising the hips. And then exhale, lower down through your spine. And as your low back lands, continue to articulate through your spine, tip the pelvis forward, arch the spine away from the floor. Take another round. Slow breath in, riding up the spine into bridge. Breathe an even breath out as you lower, and then gently arch the spine away from the mat. Return to your bridge once more, and then hold. Step your feet away from your buttocks now, about another foot away, and then flex your feet up away from the floor so you rest the weight into your heel bones. And we're just going to pulse. On your exhale, lower your buttocks to just a hover above the mat, and on your inhale, lift your hips, squeezing your glutes. Move slow, take a few more rounds, digging your heels into the mat, creating a feeling you're hugging your heels back toward the shoulders, so you're activating your hamstrings and your glutes. Take one more pulse. And then lower all the way down, land your feet to the floor, and then step your feet back in toward your buttocks. One more variation here. Step your right foot toward the midline of the mat, quite close to your buttocks, and then step the left foot in front of your right, like your feet are on a tightrope. Press your arms down, and then lift into your bridge variation. We'll just pulse, just sending the buttocks down, and then lifting up, squeezing your inner thighs toward one another. Last few here. And then lift your hips, stay in your bridge, squeeze the glutes, and then release all the way down to the floor. And changing sides, switching your feet, right foot in front of your left. And you're lifting on your inhale when you set, lowering on your exhales. Last two. Squeeze the glutes on your left, and then lower to your back. Moving into a reclined hip groin stretch now to release. Take your right ankle to the top of your left knee, flex your toes, and then thread your hands to hold onto the back of the left thigh. Invite your figure four legs to move in toward your chest, and you can guide your right knee out to the right. Just go to a place where your breath remains full and calm, your shoulders relaxed. Then keep the shape of your legs now. Take your left foot to the floor and transition into a twist. So release your arms just by your sides and roll your knees to your left. Allow the whole sole of your right foot to land on the floor. And from here, you might like to use your left hand to encourage your right inner thigh away from your body. Take 3 smooth cycles of breath. Keep your figure four legs, roll back to center. Catch your hands behind the back of your left thigh, and then extend your left leg straight up toward the ceiling. So you can flex your left toes back toward your face, or give your foot a little bit of a roll, spread out through your toes, the arches, the heel, top of your foot. Just offering yourself a stretch through the back of your left leg. And now release your hands from your leg, let the left leg lower to the floor, and then hold on to the back of your right leg. Kick your right leg straight toward the ceiling for reclined big toe pose, Supta Padangusthasana. So both legs straight and engaged, toes flexed now. And then changing sides, release and find your hip groin stretch, reclined pigeon on your left. Left ankle to your right knee, hands to the back of your right hamstrings. And just pause for a few breaths. And as you do, just check in with the rest of your body. Can you make space to soften your jaw and your shoulders? Space for a full breath by completing your exhales fully. And then transition into your hip twist. Keep the legs where they are, but just take the right foot to the floor and then drop the knees over to your right. Plant the left foot down to the floor, and then an option to use your right hand to guide your inner left thigh away from your hip crease. And come back to center. Extend your right leg up toward the ceiling. And you can move your right foot around there, just twirl it around, get into the arches, top of your feet, spread and stretch all through your toes. And then release the right leg toward the floor. And as you go, switch your hands, catch behind the back of the left leg and send the left leg toward the ceiling. Trying to scissor the legs a little away from one another. And then as you're ready, release and gather both knees in toward your chest. Give yourself a little rock side to side, whatever feels good here. And then roll out to one side. We're going to make our way onto all fours. So just folding and moving your blanket if you had one earlier there. And then station your hands under your shoulders, knees under the hips. Wave through a few rounds of cat and cow. So inviting the whole spine to roll with your breath now. And then on your next exhale, as you round, draw your right knee in toward your chest. And then on your inhale, extend your right leg back behind you and flex your foot. So try and level out through your hips there and raise the right leg enough so you can really feel the glutes working. On your exhale now, take a hamstring curl, squeeze your right heel slowly toward your buttocks. And then on an inhale, extend your right leg straight back. On your exhale, core lunge, right knee to chest, make space, push into the hands, round the spine. And then once more now between the two, inhale, extend. Exhale, curl your hamstring. Inhale, extend. Exhale, core lunge. Next in-breath, extend and pause. Hips level, arms like posts and straight. Shift your hands a little over to the left lane and then step your right foot up to your hands for lizard pose. So right foot wide, hands on the inside of your right foot. Tuck your left toes under. Then just pop up onto the fingertips, take a breath, curl your heart up. And on your exhale, lift the hips and work towards straightening your legs as you fold wide inside the right leg. Twice more, tap the left knee down, lift your chest, take a breath. Exhale, lift the back knees, straighten and forward fold. Last time, rebend the knees, heart lifts. Exhale and fold. Return to your low lunge and reframe your right foot now with your hands. Tuck your left toes under if they are not already. And then when you're steady, raise your arms overhead. One final pulse sequence here. Take a smooth breath in. And as you exhale, tip your torso forward like an arrowhead and sweep your arms back. Curl your left heel toward your buttocks. Then go between the two, return to your low lunge on your in-breath. Left foot touches down. On your exhale, arms back, torso forward. Squeeze your left heel in. Once more, inhale, low lunge. Exhale, arms alongside your body, heel to your buttocks. Return to your low lunge, reach your arms by your ears. Exhale now and twist. Reach your right arm back and take the left hand to your outer right knee. 3 cycles of breath here. Steady your low body. Just gently pressing your left sit bone forward, engaging the glutes there. And on your exhale, windmill the hands to the floor and step back to a plank pose. We'll pause here. Bring your body parallel with the floor and feel free to modify with the knees to the floor. Glutes slightly squeezing in toward one another, thighs strong. Eyes forward, 2 more breaths. And then child's pose, knees to the floor, full exhale. Take your buttocks to your heels. Breathe a full cycle of breath in and out. Second side, glide up onto all fours and move through cat and cow, inhaling to arch, exhaling to round. Breathing in, soften the belly, open your throat. Breathing out, dome your spine. Once more here, inhale. On your exhale, draw your left knee in toward your chest, core lunge. On your inhale, left leg extends back and flex your foot, level the hips. Arms strong like posts there. On an exhale, hamstring curl, left heel toward your buttocks. Inhale, extend the left leg straight back. Exhale, core lunge, push into the hands, knee to chest. Once more now, between the two, inhale, extend. Exhale, curl the hamstring. Inhale, extend. Breathe out, core lunge. Inhale, extend, left leg back and pause. Preparing for lizard. Hands to the right lane of your yoga mat. And then on an exhale, step the left foot up to your hands. Help it along if you need to. Tuck the right toes under, pop up onto the fingertips. Take a breath in your wide lunge. And on your exhale, lift your hips and straighten your legs. Fold in. Twice more, tap your right knee down, lift your chest, take a breath. Exhale, lift the knee, straighten the legs and fold. Last time, rebend the knees, heart lifts. Breathe out, forward fold. Return to your low lunge, reframe your left foot. And then make your way into your low lunge, raise the arms overhead. Take a smooth breath in here. On your exhale, torso tips forward, arms sweep back, right heel to your buttocks. Low lunge on your in-breath. And arms back, torso forward on your out-breath, heel to your buttocks. Breathe in, arms reach up. Breathe out, arms fly back, curl your hamstring. Next in-breath, low lunge. Coming into your twist, on your out-breath, send the left arm back. Right hand to your outer left knee. 3 cycles of breath. On your exhale, hands to the floor, and this time take a full vinyasa. Step back to plank pose on your inhale, greet your shape, eyes forward. Exhale, lower to your belly. Curl your chest up into Cobra Bhujangasana. And exhale, press back to your first downward facing dog. Savor your shape here. Give your heels a pedal, your body a sway. Notice if any parts of your body feel a little bit more open. Any places of your body where you might actually feel a little bit more congested. Send your breath there. Offer the whole back of your body a little bit more space and length. Breathing a steady breath in. An equal, complete breath out. Make space for each new breath. We'll add to our flow now. Take your breath with you as you move. On an inhale, raise your right leg up and back, down dog splits. Exhale, take one core lunge in the air, knee to nose, round the spine. Inhale, extend, right leg up and back. On your exhale now, step up, high lunge, right foot to your hands. Feet are staggered here, left and right lane, rising up. Reach your arms overhead. Take a moment to ground your posture. Standing high on the balls of the left toes, so you feel your left thigh, your buttocks engage. And we'll flow. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, lower your arms and your left knee toward the floor, just to a hover. On your inhale, high lunge, arms by your ears. And on your exhale now, arrowhead, tip your torso forward, swim your arms back alongside your body. Move slow between the two. Inhale, return, high lunge. Exhale, float the arms down, lower your left knee. Inhale, high lunge. On your exhale, arrowhead, arms back, torso forward. Pause here. Keep the angle of your torso and just reach your arms forward here alongside your ears, extending from your fingertips to your left heel. Moving into single leg mountain. You can sweep the arms down. As you rise up, bring the left knee to your chest. Then reach the arms overhead. And once you're steady, find your twist. Open your left arm back, right hand to your outer left knee. Take 3 breaths. Once you have your balance, just lightly squeezing your right buttocks. Hug your right hip in to stabilize. On your inhale, come back to center, single leg mountain. Exhale, ground your feet. Step the left foot down, feet hips width apart. Hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Inhale, lift the chest, draw the fist down. On your exhale, forward fold over your legs, soft bend in the knees. Keep the hands interlaced, lift your chest halfway. On your exhale, refold over your legs, just pause and breathe. On your inhale now, lift up halfway, lengthen your waist, keep your hands moving into warrior 3. So balance on your right foot, then send the left leg back. So if you need a little bit more support, release your hands to the floor, no trouble. Steady your posture. Flex your left toes. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, hamstring curl, left heel curls toward your buttocks. Inhale, extend, warrior 3. Exhale and curl your hamstring. Inhale, left leg straight, and then very slowly release your hands, land your left foot, to the floor and transition into wide-legged forward fold. So just walking a quarter turn around to your left. Angle your heels out, toes in, straighten the legs, take a halfway lift, and then exhale and fold between your legs. Prasarita Padottanasana. Let the energy of your breath settle. Invite your head to fall heavy. Just breathing your calm, even breath. Next in-breath, lift up onto the fingertips, look forward, and then exhale, walk to round to face the top of your mat, and step back through a Vinyasa. Plank on your inhale, Chaturanga, exhale. Take a back bend of your choice, lift from the back of your heart, and then downward facing dog. Left side now. On an inhale, raise your left leg up and back. Exhale one time, core lunge, knee to nose. Inhale, down dog splits. Exhale, step up, high lunge, left foot to your hands. Rise up, reach your arms overhead. Then take a moment to steady yourself, unhurried breath. Flowing breath to movement now. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower your arms, right knee drops toward the floor. Inhale, high lunge, arms reach. Exhale, arrowhead, arms back, torso forward. Move slow between the two. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, arms down, lower your right knee. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, arrowhead, arms back, torso forward, and pause. Keep the angle of your torso, just reach your arms forward, biceps to frame your ears, elbows straight. And then coming into balance, single leg mountain. You can float the arms down as you rise up, right knee toward your chest. Once you're steady, arms overhead. And then find your twist. Right arm sweeps back, left hand to your outer right knee. 3 breaths. On your inhale, single leg mountain. On your exhale, step the right foot to the floor, hands behind the back. Interlace your fingers. On your inhale, lift the chest. On your exhale, forward fold over your legs. Keep the hands interlaced, lift your chest halfway. Exhale, refold. Pause and breathe. On your inhale now, lift up halfway, preparing warrior 3. If you'd like to try a supported version, hands to the floor, feel free, or keep your hands bound. You're balancing on your left foot, send the right leg back. And do your best to bring the hip points into balance. Take a breath in, your toes flexed. On your exhale, right heel toward your buttocks for your hamstring curl. Inhale, extend, warrior 3. Once more, exhale and curl. Inhale, extend your right leg straight. Then very slowly release your hands, step the right foot back to the floor. Once you land, transition into your wide-legged forward fold. Walk a quarter turn to your right. Widen your stance, firm the leg muscles, halfway lift. Exhale and fold between your legs. Gently tipping your weight forward to rest even through the soles of your feet. Last few breaths. Next in-breath, lift onto your fingertips, look forward, exhale, walk around to face the top of your mat and step back through a Vinyasa or to downward facing dog if you'd like to do less. We'll all meet up there. And as you arrive in your downward facing dog, root down evenly through your hands, through your feet, until you feel a symmetry in your shape. And then just take a few calm breaths, a more spacious awareness, aware of the quality of your gaze, and a measure of release in this rest pose. And final standing flow coming up, including our humble flamingo. Now that our core, our hamstrings and spine are a little bit more supple and prepared. On your inhale, raise your right leg up and back, down dog splits. Exhale, core lunge in the air. Inhale, down dog splits. And on your exhale, step up, warrior two. Right foot to the hands, anchor your left heel, rise up with your in-breath. Then reach wide across your chest as you breathe out and land. 3 breaths, easeful and full. Smooth breath in, complete breath out. Make space for each new breath. And we'll flow. Hands free, keep the legs where they are. On your inhale, reverse your warrior, send your right arm back. This version, take the left arm forward across your body. And then switch to side angle, reverse the arms, left arm forward, right arm back, hinging forward. So trying to get the legs to support you here. Breath to movement, inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle variation. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, this time land your forearm to your knee, left arm overhead for Parsvakonasana. Side angle pose. You can feel free to explore a deeper variation here. Just try and keep your breath nice and full. Let it be your guide. Then release, eyes down, hands down, and setting up for pyramid pose. Step the left foot in, land and seal your heel. Lengthen up halfway, adjust your left hip forward, right hip back to level through your low back. And then exhale, forward fold when you're ready. So aiming your belly button over the midline of your right thigh. Then check in with your posture across your upper chest. Notice if you're able to offer yourself a little bit more space to breathe by widening the collarbones, merging the shoulder blades, or perhaps even backing out of the pose. Find that feeling of ease and surrender. And you're going to stay in your fold now, keeping the front of your torso quite unwrinkled. Draw the tops of your shoulder heads back and then walk your arms back away from your front foot and spin the fingertips to face the back of the mat. So if your hands don't comfortably reach the floor, just remain in your own version here of a fold, the shape that complements a smooth breath. We're traveling toward our humble flamingo. It's a balance of strength and stretch, particularly for the hamstrings, and a longer stride between the feet will make it even more challenging. As you're ready, and if your hamstrings feel ready for a little bit more challenge and load, you're going to pour the weight into your right foot, pivot up onto the left toes and lift the left heel from the mat, or take your left heel toward your buttocks, just as we've been doing in class. Just point the toes. See if you can fold a little deeper over your right leg and release left foot to the mat. Just take a pause there, a breath, and then re-bend your right knee. Make your way through a vinyasa or take rest, step back, downward facing dog. And just pedal your heels, reset, make contact with your breath. And final side, on your inhale, raise your left leg up and back, down dog splits. Exhale, core lunge. Inhale, down dog splits. On your exhale, warrior two, left foot to your hands. Turn and seal the right heel to the mat, rise up with your in-breath. Then take a few breaths to ground and center your posture. And then we'll flow on your inhale, reverse your warrior, send the left arm up and back, right arm reaches forward across your body. And then switch to your side angle, reverse the arms, right arm overhead, left arm swims back. Move between the two, nice and fluid, so there's no over effort. Exhale, side angle. Once more, inhale, reverse. And on your exhale, pause in your side angle. Left forearm, left knee, right arm overhead. Just feel your side waist, shadow out over your left thigh. See and sense the length of your spine, all the way from your tailbone to the crown of your head. And then just very subtly, chin hugs toward your right shoulder. Feel that lengthen through the back of your neck. And then release, eyes down, hands down, and setting up for pyramid pose. Right foot steps in, lengthen up halfway, maneuver your hips into balance, fold with your out breath. And then option 2, stay here or moving into your humble flamingo, turning your fingertips back, walking the hands back a little, hug your arm bones in, pivot onto your right toes, and when you're ready, lifting your heel. Take about 8 breaths to explore your version. Might be a shorter stance or a different position with your hands. The intention here is just exploring length in your own body space, no right or wrong. And then release. Final vinyasa. Or if you'd like to take rest, we're all going to meet up in child's pose at the back of your mat. And as you arrive in your child's pose, buttocks to the heels, lay your arms alongside your body, rest your head, and create a quiet shell of tranquility, connecting to a feeling of non-doing now, letting your effort go, your breath settle. And then gently easing your way upright. Let your hips spill out to one side and bring your legs around in front of you. We'll move into Gomukhasana, cow face pose. Take your right leg now over your left Stack your knees, right heel to the outside of your left hip. And you may wish to stay here or bend your left knee, take your left heel to the outside of your right hip. You can hold your feet here, lift your buttocks a little and nestle the legs together so they feel stacked and centered. Then invite your sit bones to press down evenly. Reach your left arm up toward the ceiling, bend your elbow, swim your left palm down in between the shoulder blades. Either send the right hand to the top of the left elbow, and in that version you can really encourage a stretch to travel down through the undercarriage of your left arm. Or if you have the mobility, reach your right hand behind, take a bind, link the fingers. And sitting tall through the length of your spine, explore now softly dropping your skull back in space. And practicing a slightly longer exhale, perhaps closing the eyes. And then gently release your arms and we'll twist. So for this version, if you had your legs both stacked, re-extend the left leg out straight and step the right foot to the inside of your left leg. Before you twist, explore moving the left leg forward a few inches. So see that the hip socket of the left leg is a good 4 to 6 inches further forward than the one on the right side. And this will create a little slope in the back of your hips, and it also allows the pelvis and spine to move together with less pressure and torque through your low back. Then go ahead, set the right fingertips behind you, reach the left arm up toward the ceiling, and then twist to your right. And you can hug your right knee or hinge your elbow. Just take a slow, steady breath in, slightly longer breath out. And take 2 more there. And eyes forward, unravel your legs, give them a little shake and wriggle and reset for the opposite side. Left leg over your right for Gomukhasana, and your right heel to your outer left hip, or option just to keep that right leg straight if that feels best. Reach your right arm up toward the ceiling, bending your elbow, then creep your hand down the line of your spine between the shoulder blades. You can hold the right elbow with your left hand or take that bind. Breathe a smooth breath in to lengthen and stack the bones of your spine. Then settle in, inviting the weight of your hips to descend down. Same time, crown of your head to float up. And release. Moving into your twist, re-extend your right leg. Simple sage tree twist and step the left foot to the inside of the right leg. Just try for yourself. Move your right hip a little forward. Then set the left fingertips behind you. Right hand reaches tall toward the ceiling. And then twist. Last few breaths here. And unravel. Final forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Extend both legs out straight. And then soften your knees a little so you can allow your hamstrings to unlock. Then flex your toes back toward you. Reach your arms overhead. On your exhale, move into your fold or take a few breaths to arrive there. Thinking about lifting your tailbone up and back so the front of your pelvis can move forward. You can hinge from your hips without pulling on the low back. and gently releasing. So grab any props or additional layers you may wish to have as you recline now. We're going to rest the next minute or so in Savasana, laying yourself down and taking up the space around you, positioning your arms away from your body, palms up, and invite your legs to fall wide. Wriggle out any restlessness from your body. Just make any final adjustments so you can simply rest peacefully. Try and sense a gentle warmth travel into the parts of your body in contact with the mat. And allow this sensation to rise through the front of your body, softening your expression in your face. Let your jaws slacken. Now let the weight of your shoulders recede back. And let that feeling of relaxation travel down the arms to your palms. Sense the fingers curling in. Melting your rib cage, softening the space around your heart. Your belly soft. Your breath more shallow. And letting your relaxed attention flow all the way down to your hips, your thighs, your knees and your feet. See your whole body at rest. Inviting that message of relaxation to spread through your whole nervous system. Rest now and I'll be back to guide you back. Gently drifting back, widening your field of awareness. Tune into the sounds you can hear. The feeling tone of your whole body now. Just breathe a deeper breath, breathing yourself awake and alert. And then bend your knees, feet to the floor, and roll out to your right side. Just take a moment to pause, one last rest. And then slowly drag your way back up to sit. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope this practice carries you through the rest of your day with vitality and ease. Namaste.